Greetings to everyone. Today we are going to discuss some chromium 6 oxidants. In that one, let us discuss the first one, that is Jones oxidation. So let us see what are chromium 6 oxidants. So chromium 6 oxidants are generally prepared in situ. Let us see some methods how chromium 6 oxidants are prepared. Chromic acid, generally, if you observe, this is the structure of chromic acid. Now, if you see the oxidation state of chromium in chromic acid, it is +6. Now, this chromic acid is made in situ. In situ means during the course of the reaction. While the reaction we are performing, we prepare this chromic acid. So, though this chromic acid, it is prepared by the addition of acids, by the addition of acids into some chromium sources, possible chromium sources. Let us see what are possible chromium sources, how from that chromium sources chromic acid is prepared. So we can take potassium chromate K2CrO4, we can take potassium dichromate K2Cr2O7, we can take chromium trioxide CrO3, we can take sodium dichromate Na2Cr2O7, or else you can also take sodium chromate Na2CrO4. For all these, if you add acid source, it may be H2SO4 or it may be an HCl. Okay, if you add an acid source, then what happens? They will give chromic acid. Now this chromic acid serves as a oxidizing reagent, the active reagent which performs oxidation. Now let us see the first type of oxidation by this chromic acid, that is Jones oxidation. Jones oxidation by using chromium mixture of chromium trioxide and H2SO4 sulfuric acid. You can prepare this Jones reagent. This is called a Jones reagent. You can prepare Jones reagent by the addition of diluted sulfuric acid. Diluted sulfuric acid means, so you had to take excess amount of water. In that one you are adding sulfuric acid. Okay, the solution we call it as diluted sulfuric acid. So that diluted sulfuric acid you are adding on to chromium trioxide or sodium dichromate. So then what happens? That mixture will give you the actual reagent, that is chromic acid. Now that mixture is called a Jones reagent. Now that Jones reagent is useful for the oxidation purpose. Now this Jones reagent oxidizes alcohols into carbonyl compounds. Generally, secondary alcohols, they are oxidized into ketones, and primary alcohols, they are oxidized into aldehyde. Further, they are over oxidized into carboxylic acid. Okay. Now, the Jones oxidation, it allows inexpensive, less cost usage conversion of secondary alcohols into ketones. This is a selective secondary alcohols which can be converted into ketones. And most of the primary alcohols, they are converted into carboxylic acids. So why they are converted into carboxylic acid? Why secondary alcohols are oxidized into ketones? We will see later when we discuss mechanism. And simultaneously, the Jones reagent is also useful for the conversion of primary allylic and benzylic alcohols into aldehydes. This Jones, whatever the reagent which is described by Jones, it is safe for a chromium 6 based oxidation. So that this first development of chromium 6 oxidations lead to the development of many other reactions, reagents such as Collins reactions, PCC, PDC, which also enables the conversion of primary alcohols into aldehydes. While here in this case, the primary alcohols are oxidized into carboxylic acids, whereas the development after Jones reagent, which are happened like using Collins reagent and PDC, these are useful for the conversion of primary alcohols into their selective aldehydes formation. Now let us see the mechanism of this Jones oxidation. So in Jones oxidation, the reagent which is formed in Jones oxidation, it is a mixture of chromium trioxide and sodium dichromate. Chromium trioxide or sodium dichromate, if you take this one, if you slowly add diluted sulfuric acid to this one, okay, that generates Jones reagent. This Jones reagent means it's a chromic acid. Okay, so which is prepared in situ during the course of the reaction. Let us see how this chromic acid is formed by the addition of diluted acid onto chromium trioxide or sodium dichromate. Now let us say, if you see chromium trioxide, when it is dissolved or when it is added with the diluted sulfuric acid, an acid source, it results in the formation of chromic acid. Or else you can take sodium dichromate. To this you can add diluted sulfuric acid. That first results in the formation of dichromic acid, Cr2. Here this is Cr2O7H2. Okay, this is dichromic acid. This dichromic acid will decompose to give chromic acid. Now actually this chromic acid is the reagent which is helpful for the oxidation purpose. Now let us see. So this is an alcohol. First, this alcohol reacts with the chromic acid. In this, chromium is in +6 oxidation state. Now chromic acid combines with the alcohols. It may be a primary or secondary alcohol. When it is combining with alcohols, so the first step of this mechanism is the dehydration, removal of water molecule. With the dehydration, it results in the formation of chromate ester. This is called as chromate ester. This chromate ester, in the presence of a base, or simply you can use water. Here water also acts as a base and it abstracts this acidic proton. The reaction may takes place intramolecularly or intermolecularly. Then what happens? With the abstraction of proton intramolecularly, you get this molecule. So this oxygen of this chromium attached oxygen, it abstracts this hydrogen in the form of proton. Then this carbon hydrogen bond pair of electrons are shifted over here. Then this carbon hydrogen bond is cleaved and you get a new carbon oxygen double bond. Previously it was a single bond, now it becomes double bond. Carbon oxygen double bond. Now previous chromium oxygen single bond which was there, it was the bond pair of electrons are completely shifted onto the chromium metal atom. Then you can see here chromium CrO3 H2. H2CrO3 is the molecule which is formed. Here in this case chromium is in +4 oxidation state. Now if you observe the alcohol, it is converted into carbonyl compound, that is aldehyde. Since this is a secondary alcohol, this secondary alcohol it is converted into a ketone. Now, the chromic acid which we have taken previously, which is generated in situ, which is acting like an oxidizing agent, it is now you can see H2CrO3. Now, here in this case, chromium is in +4 oxidation state. Previously, it was 6, now it was 4. That means from 6 to 4, the oxidizing reagent got reduced, and it itself got reduced and it oxidizes the alcohols into carbonyl compounds. Here in this case, secondary alcohol is oxidized into the ketone. Now, simultaneously, if aldehyde is formed from alcohol, suppose if you taking instead of secondary alcohol, if you take a primary alcohol, that results in the formation of aldehydes. For example, if an aldehyde is formed in that case, then what happens, since we are using diluted sulfuric acid, there you can have water molecules. That water, it acts like a nucleophile and it results in the formation of hydrates. Okay, whatever the hydrates which are formed from the aldehydes, they again undergo dehydration type of reaction with the chromic acid, and then followed by the abstraction of proton, decomposition of this chromate ester which is formed in this case results in the formation of carboxylic acids. Okay, so these are generally called as over-oxidation products when you are intended to prepare carbonyl compounds from alcohols. If you are getting carboxylic acid, these are called as over-oxidation products. Now we can see the chromium again. You can see chromium got reduced to chromium 4 compound H2CrO3. Now the oxidizing agent it itself getting reduced and it oxidizes another molecule. Here in this case, alcohols are getting oxidized. Now some alcohols such as benzylic and allylic alcohols, they give aldehydes because they do not form hydrates. If they form hydrates, they will give carboxylic acids. Now Jones reagent gives aldehydes from allylic and benzylic alcohols selectively. The disadvantage of this Jones reagent is we are using acidic conditions. Since we are using dilute sulfuric acid for the preparation of chromate ester in situ, so these are acidic conditions. We are performing the reaction under acidic conditions. And we are using a solution acetone to moderate the reaction conditions. So in this case, so due to the use of acetone also, the reactivity is slightly decreased, and but we are using acidic conditions, due to which some acid sensitive functional groups may get affected. But since we are using acetone as a solution, as a medium for the reaction to carry out, then what happens? The reactivity to some extent is decreased. Uh, some acid labile function group like esters and tertiary butyl esters, so they remain unchanged. They are not affected even though we are using acidic conditions, that is in Jones reaction conditions. But any epoxides like that, okay, any molecules, any functional groups are there which are very acid sensitive, they may get affected in this Jones oxidation conditions. So the concentration of sulfuric acid, to reduce this one, we can also decrease the concentration of sulfuric acid, thereby the minimize, okay, the side reactions can be minimized, the oxidation power you can increase. Okay, this is all in connection with the Jones reagent and Jones oxidation. Thank you.